DepEd Commons, DepEd Learning Management System, DepEd TV, and DepEd Online, DepEd E2Live, a free online tutorial as DepEd Online E2Live National Tutor. As one of the main trainers of the ETU, Microsoft, and Google education programs, he also joined in the different projects of the ICTS EdTech Unit. Grabe, ang galing talaga ni Sir. Such as being panelist in 2021 EduTech Philippines. He is the Alternative Learning System EdTech Empowerment Project Lead. Ito pa. He is also part of the DepEd TV National Teacher Broadcasters and Associate Producers, a member of the Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas, and the Program Head for a Scouting Team, Itulay. His affiliation as a member of international communities like the International Organization of Health, Sports and Kinesiology, and P4 World Education Week has made him to confidently share his knowledge and skills to other teachers. Ladies and gentlemen.
Pambigatin ang ating speaker.
Yes. Kaya, ladies and gentlemen, the newly promoted Master Teacher 1 of the Las Piñas City Science High School. Please welcome Sir Ariel A. De Los Santos.
Good afternoon, teachers from Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, and all over the world. Welcome to our virtual Inset 2.0. Thank you very much for our hosts, Sir Avengel and Sir Pawi, Ma'am Pawi. Thank you so much for that introduction. I am Ariel De Los Santos and one of the EdTech specialists, and my task today is to discuss etiquette in sending email and understanding guidelines for copyright. So let me have my shout out first to SDO Las Piñas. Good afternoon. Thank you for watching and participating sa lahat ng ating mga teachers dyan. No? Thank you so much. All right. So let's have first the email. For email, we will be discussing the definition, the advantages of emails, the types, the parts, and the etiquette of sending email. So let's define an email. Before proceeding to the etiquette in sending email, I think it's best to define what is an email. And according to Oxford Languages, email are messages distributed by electronic means from one computer user to one or more recipients via a network. And a similar definition is from Wikipedia, which is a method of exchanging messages between people using electronic devices. A lot of books, dictionaries, write-ups, journals, and researches give almost the same meaning for email, and all these fall in one word, which is communication. That means the process of sending and receiving messages. And this is a very important tool, especially now that we are facing pandemic, no face-to-face, and this is one of the most perfect tool for communicating with our learners and also with our teachers and parents. Okay, so let's have the types of email. We have 4 types of email: the no-reply email, the inquiry email, the open-ended email, and the action email. Let's discuss that one by one. The first one is the no-reply email. If you can see in that image, that is an example of no-reply email. All right, so it seems that the sender wants to tell the receiver something, either a compliment or an information, meaning there is no reply or no reply is necessary. Okay, So the second one is the inquiry email. In inquiry email, you need something from the receiver in a reply. For example, an advice or question answered. The reply is your desired outcome. The action email, the goal is not the reply. The goal is to get an action on the part of the receiver. For example, a sales pitch if you're having a business letter or business email, or asking for a website link in exchange. Okay? So let's move on with the parts of an email. This is very important because sometimes we are reading messages in the subject line, not in the body or not in the context or the text message mismo ng ating email. So basically, the parts of an email are the to line or the to, and then the subject, the body, and the attachment. Let's discuss first what is this first part. The first part is the subject. An email subject line is the first thing, ito po yung unang-una nakikita ng ating mga reader or ng ating mga recipient ng email. It is important to keep an email subject line informative, catchy, and brief. Brief lang po, no? So, hindi masyadong mahaba. Sometimes, makakita po tayo, lalo na yung mga first time na gumagamit siguro ng email, akala nila, doon nila itatype yung pinaka-message nila sa subject line, which is not proper. Ang pinaka nilalagay po natin sa subject line ay yung brief or summary lang ng ating mga ilalagay tungkol sa ating email or tungkol sa ating mga messages. Okay? That is the subject line. It summarizes the main idea of your message. And then the next is the to line. This is the address of the person who will be receiving the message. If the person's email or if the person's email ad is typed wrong or mali yung pagkaka-encode natin ng ating nilagay na email address, ang mangyayari po niyan, babalik po sa atin yung ating email. Hindi po yan masisend sa ating gustong padalan. In professional email messages, it includes full names and email. Kung makikita nyo po sa ating mga emails when we're using different providers like Gmail, we have Outlook, no, doon sa ating Microsoft, and Yahoo Mail, ayan po ay ginagamitan po natin ng email address sa to line. Kapag hindi po tama ang ating email address, babalik po sa atin yan. Okay? At ang importante po doon, sa mas professional po is if we type the full name and yung ating email ad ng ating mga recipients. And that is to clearly identify the sender or receiver. Okay? The next one is the salutation or the body. This is the body. Yan, yung pinaka-white na nakikita nyo sa screen, that is the body or the message box. Okay? This is where we type the message. Ano ba yung mga nakikita natin sa message natin? The salutation, the body format and content, and the closing. For the salutation, it provides a friendly start to your communication, and we address properly our recipient. We will use, for example, Mr., Miss, or the title, the designation of the person that we are writing the letter or the email. Okay. The format of the opening line and the rest of the message, so they are easy to read, focus on a single topic, and keep the message brief. Okay, so in sending emails, it is proper that we're writing the email direct to the point. Okay, so that is no more than 25 lines if possible. Ideally, your reader should not have to scroll the message from more than once or twice. Hindi na siya masyado pang magbababa ng kanyang mag-scroll ng kanyang screen just to read the whole text. Kung mahaba po yun, we can add an attachment. Alright, so we can add an attachment to our email pag mahaba po yung ating i-discuss. So mas maganda, meron tayong letter or may message muna tayo, what is the attachment all about? Alright, and then let's have the closing. For closing, to end our our email, it is best used to use a signature. Signature block, ano pa yung nakikita natin doon sa mga signature block? Meron po doon name, may contact information such as the name of your organization, the address, and your telephone number. So yun po yung tinatawag nating e-signature or yung ating signature block sa ating mga emails. Most email programs can insert signature blocks for you. Sa lahat po yan, no? Ginagamit po natin yan. So those are the different parts of our email. And then let's now talk about the advantages of email. What are the advantages of email? If you can see, advantages of email first is the free tool, quick, simple, easy referencing, accessible, paperless, mass sending, instant access of information, and flights. Now, so what do we mean by easy or it's a free tool? It's free, all right? So when we say it's free, all when we use internet or when we are online, kahit saan po tayo na pumunta, no, meron po dyan tayong pwede nating ma-access yung ating mga email, yung ating mga messages. We can receive and send email basta naka-online po tayo. And that's free. Free for Gmail, free for Outlook, free for Yahoo, yung ating mga ginagamit na mga service providers ng ating email. Okay? The next one is it's quick. It's easy, right? So it's easy to send and easy to receive. That's quick. Mabilis lang kung natatanggap at naipapadala natin ang ating mga messages. And third is it's very simple. Napakadali lang pong gawin, pero meron tayo syempre mga standards na dapat sundin when we use emails. Napakasimple lang po niyang gamitin. So meron po siya mga dapat lang na sundin, no, pag tayo ay gagawa ng ating email. For easy referencing, for example, no, for documentation or meron tayo hinahanap na mga document or hinahanap na mga references, madali lang po yun. Yun po yung importance ng subject line kanina. No, kapag nag-research po tayo or nag-search tayo ng something about an email or a letter, no, hinanap po natin yung isang, itatype lang po natin doon sa search box ng ating mga sa ating mga email, yung pinaka-subject, lalabas na po yun. So, importante po talaga yung paggamit ng subject line. Another, it's accessible. Yun na nga, sinabi ko na nga kanina, anytime, anywhere, pwede po tayong makapag-send at makapag-receive ng ating emails. And syempre, ito yung pinaka-talagang advantage nito, no? This is paperless. This is really paperless. Mass sending, you can actually send thousands of letters to thousands of one letter or two letters in thousands of receivers or recipients. Pwede po kayong makapagpadala yan. Okay? Instant access of information and files also is an advantage of email. So these are the advantages of email. Napakaganda. But if there's advantage, meron din pong mga disadvantage ang ating mga email. First, siyempre, gagamit yan ng ating internet connection, ng ating hindi tayo basta makakapag-send kapag tayo ay offline. Kailangan tayo ay laging naka-online. So, yun lang naman yung pinaka nakikita natin na disadvantage of email. Ang disadvantage, mas marami if we are not knowledgeable or more educated sa paggawa ng mga email or yung ating standards sa paggawa ng email or pag-send ng email. Doon lang nagkakaroon ng mga disadvantages yan. Okay? Moving on. Let's have this. The etiquette in sending emails. This is really very important. Very important na pag-aralan natin this etiquette. Etiquette, we mean etiquette, what is the proper way or ano yung mga pinaka-importante or mahalaga na dapat nating tandaan sa paggawa or pag-send ng email. Okay? So lagi nating tatandaan na dapat una, hindi ang ating mga emails ay public document na. Lagi po nating tatandaan yun. Remember that everything that you mail is a public document already. Number 2, never talk about other people in an email. Why? Because it's already documented. So pwedeng maging katibayan yon against you kapag hindi maganda yung mga napag-uusapan ninyo sa isang tao. Kaya never talk about other people in an email. Kahit naman po siguro hindi sa email, it's not really nice na pag-usapan ng isang tao. Okay? So check the grammar and sentence structure. Kasi kapag hindi po natin chinek ang ating grammar, it seems like hindi na rin natin nire-respeto ang ating recipient. At maaaring iba yung gusto nating iba yung gusto nating sabihin sa natatanggap ng ating pinadala nung email. Kaya it is really very important to spell check or grammar check yung ating mga pinapadalang email. Number 4, if your message includes a request, okay, pag nagre-request po tayo, always close with a thank you to the recipient for considering it. Lagi po tayong magsasabi ng thank you. It's very important. It's maganda pong pakinggan, maganda rin pong pakinggan yung ating magandang basahin rather yung ating mga message kung tayo ay nagte-thank you or nakakabasa rin tayo ng thank you, maganda po yun. Do not demand or expect immediate response. Most of the time we use hoping for a response, hoping for a positive response. Ang mas maganda po talaga nating dapat gamitin ay looking forward for something like yung kung ano ine-expect nyo doon sa recipient. Yung po yung mas ethical na dapat nating gawin. Number 6, review your message before sending it. Baka meron ka pang mga mali or kaya baka nag-copy-paste ka lang, meron kang hindi natanggal na pangalan, iba yung nagalaw mo o kaya mamaya naman napindot mo, reply send to all, Kaya marami kang pinagbigyan ng message na hindi mo namamalayan o hindi mo na-review. So, it is very important to review your message before sending it. Kasi mamaya iba yung takbo ng isip mo, iba yung natatype mo, iba pala yung napadalan mo din ng mensahe na yun. Okay? So avoid using all caps. Alam naman natin lahat ito. Maski sa instant messaging, we have to avoid using all caps. Why? Because all caps, it seems like when you use all caps, parang kang galit, may anger ka, malakas yung iyong emotion, na nandoon na maaaring ma-misinterpret. So, for everybody, please avoid using all caps in sending emails. Number 8, always use courteous expressions. Alam naman natin to. Gusto rin natin na pag tayo yung nakakabasa, ay maganda yung ating mga nababasa tungkol sa atin or magandang mga words ang nababasa natin. Magaan po kasing basahin yon at kaaya-ayang basahin yun. So ganun din tayo kapag tayo yung nagsusulat or magsisend ng email. We always have to use courteous expressions. 9, consider the use of CC in your email. So ano ba yung CC? For faculty, sa ating mga offices, meron tayong sinusunod na mga protocols or channeling, importante po yung CC or carbon copy na dapat yung ating mga boss ay alam din kung ano yung napag-uusapan doon sa email na yon. So that is very important. Consider the use of CC or yung mga BCC. So mas marami pong mas makakaalam. Kumbaga parang for your information, para mas alam ng iba. So channeling is there kapag gumagamit tayo ng CC. And then the 10th is avoid cracking jokes in your messages. It's formal, dapat professional ang dating kapag gumagamit tayo ng email. So yan ay mga dapat nating tandaan, lalo na tayo ay mga guro, tayo ay mga teachers, at yan ay ituturo din natin sa ating mga estudyante. And that's all about email. So sana na meron kayong napulot sa ating usapin tungkol sa paggamit or pag-send ng email. Let's move on with our next topic. Ito, interesting to. Lalo na ngayon na tayo ay nasa wala tayong face-to-face pandemic ngayon, at mas maraming chances na tayo ay blended learning, gumagamit tayo ng online class. So, gumagawa tayo ng video, gumagamit tayo ng mga images in our presentation. So, importante na malaman po natin ano ba yung mga guidelines for copyright. Ito po ay konti lamang, dahil maaari pang marami pa ang tungkol sa copyright. I would like to start with legal basis. Ano ba yung batas sa Pilipinas na pumoprotekta sa karapatan ng mga may-ari ng mga works na ito, literary, musical pieces na ito? Ito yung tinatawag natin na Republic Act number 8293 or the Intellectual Property Code of the Philippines. So, importante po na malaman natin ano ba yung legal basis, Kasi lagi na lang natin naririnig, copyright yan. Ako, na-copyright ka. Tapos yung iba parang ipapagwalang bahala lang na na-copyright. Okay? So, kung ito po ay batas, ibig sabihin lang po nito, this is punishable by law. So, pwede po tayong maparusahan. Meron po tayong mga fine, meron tayong mga punishment na pwedeng ibigay sa lalabag sa batas na ito. Depende po sa bigat ng kaso. Pero bago po siya maging kaso, meron pa pong mga pagdadaanan yan na mga proseso. So, pwede pa kayong mag-meet, Kaya kung mapapansin po ninyo, ang ating YouTube, ang ating Facebook, hindi naman po sila yung nagmamay-ari nung mga nilalagay natin or ginagamit natin. Nagwa-warn lang sila na baka yung may-ari nung ginamit natin na image, na video or audio ay maaaring magreklamo sa atin. Kumbaga, si Facebook lang po ang nagiging channel para magkaroon ng compromise or magkaroon ng agreement yung dalawang party, yung gumamit at saka yung may-ari ng ginamit, para makapag-usap at para ma-avoid yung further cases na mangyari sa paggamit ng mga copyrighted material. Okay? So, dito sa Chapter 2 ng ating Republic Act 8293, dyan po natin may kita o mababasa ang mga yung mga nakapaloob na material or works na pwedeng maging copyrighted na gagamitin. Sabi dito, literary and artistic works hereinafter referred to as works are original intellectual creation in the literary and artistic domain protected from the moment po of their creation and shall include in particular, ito po yung mga example: books, pamphlets, articles and other writings, periodicals, newspapers, lectures, sermons, addresses, dissertations prepared for oral delivery, whether or not reduced in writing or other material form, letters, at marami pa pong iba ang nakapaloob dito sa batas na ito. So ang ibig sabihin lang po nito, hindi na kailangan pang magproseso na iparegister nung gumawa or magpa-license nung gumawa dito sa tinatawag nating mga original works. The moment, ang nakalagay po sa batas natin, the moment of their creation. Pagmamay-ari na po yan ng gumamit or ng gumawa ng pinaka-original creator nun. Tapos sa 172.2, works are protected by the sole fact of their creation, irrespective of their mode or form of expression as well as of their content, quality, and purpose. So napaka-importante po na alam natin itong batas na ito tungkol sa copyright. Para po tayo pong mga teachers, hindi sasama yung loob na nagturo na tayo, nagpagod na tayo, limited lang. Hindi po limited, bibigyan po namin kayo ng mga samples mamaya, kung saan kayo pwedeng kumuha ng mga mga free from copyright issues. Sa YouTube po, o sige sabihin ko na po, no, sa YouTube pwede po tayong pumunta sa audio gallery. So sa audio gallery po, sa studio ng YouTube, pwede po kayo doon makakuha ng mga non-copyrighted material or audio. Puntahan nyo lang po yung ating audio gallery. Sa Canva naman po, na pinapagamit po tayo ng mga public domains, no, ng mga images. Ibig sabihin po ng mga public domains, it's free to use yung ating mga materials na nandoon. Okay, so ito na, pag-usapan na natin yung tips to avoid copyright infringement on social media. So the first one is to ask and receive permission. Ito po talaga yung pinaka-importante at pinaka-mabisa, no, na paraan para tayo ay walang copyright issues. Kung kaya po natin, no, na magpaalam sa may-ari, no, kung kaya nating mag-PM or tumawag sa kanya, pero dapat po yung response nung tao na yun ay documented para meron po tayong katibayan na yun po ay pinapagamit sa atin. So the first one is to ask and receive permission from the creator, the original creator. The second is use images from a public domain. Ito na nga po yung sinasabi ko. No? Marami pong paraan para makakuha, lalo na yung mga images, ano, marami po tayo na sa public domain or yung ating mga Creative Commons na hindi po, wala pong issue sa copyright po yun. Okay? So, mas maganda po na yan po yung gamitin natin. At kung kaya naman po ninyo, may cellphone po kayo at meron po kayong gadget, pwede nyo pong gamitin yun para original na kayo po ang nag-take ng image na yon at yun ang pwede nyong gamitin. Kung sa ano naman po, kung gagamit po kayo ng gadget pero ang subject ninyo ay bata, kailangan pa rin naman po doon na, yun naman po, iba ng usapin, ano, pero kailangan meron pa rin kayong permit naman sa parents nung gagamitin yung subject kung bata po. Okay? So, give credit. Usually, ito naman po, give credit, para ma-lessen lang yung burden na hindi nyo na properly cited yung inyong reference, pero this will not make you, this is not an excuse para magkaroon kayo ng kaso sa copyright. So wag po nating wag po tayong mag-chill lang, no, kapag na credit naman siya, nalagay naman, na cite naman yung may-ari ng pinanggalingan. That is not an excuse still sa copyright issue. So, mas importante pa rin po na talagang nakapagpaalam po tayo sa original creator ng ginagamit natin. Okay? So, this is very important tip. Review ownership rights. Lahat po ng mga social media accounts, kapag gagawa po tayo, pag gagawa tayo ng ating mga accounts, meron po yung mga security features, meron po yung mga nakalagay doon tungkol sa mga ownership rights. So dapat po yun ay binabasa. Usually, ang chine-check nyo lang doon yung box na I have understood. Parang chine-check nyo kaagad po yun, na hindi nyo na basta binabasa. So I'm also guilty about it, pero importante po pala na tayo ay nagbabasa bago natin siya checkan para mas alam natin kung ano yung mga dapat nating iwasan at kung ano yung pwede nating ipangdepensa if time comes na tayo ay mapasailalim sa isang kaso sa copyright. Next, ito po yung pinaka-last, and I think this is the safest para sa copyright issues. Consider buying a content. Medyo mamimili lang po tayo syempre nung mga content na gusto nating gamitin, mapa-music man yan, mapa-images man yan, or any literary works na kung pinagbibili naman po yung copyright is pwede naman po yun. Basta, ulitin po natin, properly documented lahat ng ating move sa pagdating po dito sa copyright issues. Okay? So I think that's all, and I'd like to end my presentation with this quote by Chris Jami of Philosophy. When you have wit of your own, it's a pleasure to credit other people for theirs. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Ariel. Napaka-informative ng talk ni Sir Ariel.
Yes, tama ka dyan. And alam mo, may baon akong mga nakuha from Sir Ariel Naalala ko talaga. Kasi tayo, di ba, we have now our DepEd email. And dapat pala maging maingat na tayo sa paggamit nito. Kasi kanina, naalala ko sinabi ni Sir Ariel, huwag magchismisan sa email. And also, take note, public document na yun.
Yes, yan ang karamihan sa atin hindi alam yan kasi sasabihin nila, personal email ko naman yun, di ba? But since it's already in the internet,
Yes.
it's considered as a public document.
And also, huwag kalimutan, Teacher Pao at ating mga guro, ingat tayo sa pagkuha din ng mga media from internet kasi kailangan po natin i-recognize kung yung rights na tinatawag. Kung yan ba ay for free or kung meron po tayo dapat i-acknowledge ng mga tao behind it. Okay? Kasi minsan guilty tayo dyan, no?
Yes.
Google, copy, paste.
Sa mga presentations, di ba?
Kakalimutan natin ako pag yan naging public material na. Oops! Baka dyan tayo masabit, dear teachers. Okay?
Yes. Alright, so before we proceed na, sir, batiin muna natin yung ibang schools and heads na nagpapag-greet sa atin. Starting with Las Piñas National High School, Ma'am Ruga, Ma'am Riza Sevilla, Sir Son, Ma'am Lynn, and TLE Department and Faculty Club.
Hello po sa Bulinaw Integrated School from Sir Wilbur Galing.
Mike Castor Alviar National High School, SDO Calamba City from Sir Kevin Domingo.
Faculty and staff of Francisco S. Brosas Memorial Elementary School, School Head Noemi Brule, PSDS Dr. Wilbur Gahita of Lido District. Happy birthday po sa inyo!
And SDO Laguna SDS Dr. Marites Ibanez from Ma'am Romary Punong Bayan.
Partners from DICT Academy headed by Asek Ariel Gaan. Salamat po.
Yes, and lastly, Marangal National High School SDO City of Salacan. Okay.
Ma'am Apple of BGES from Jairus J.
Okay. And again, thank you so much sa ating 150,000, sir. Ang daming nanonood
Grabe.
sa atin. Combined yan, no? Combined from YouTube, Facebook, at ibang social media platforms natin. Na
Tama.
stream ng ating Inset 2.0.
Okay, ulitin po natin sa ating 150,000 na viewers right now. Whatever you are doing, kung ano man po ang inyong pinagkakaabalahan dyan ngayon, salamat po. At inulit namin, this is a voluntary po ang ating participation. We are not requiring you naman po because this is a holiday, but to give back our love, we are giving you one service credit for today for our teaching personnel, and again, compensation time off for our compensatory time off for our non-teaching personnel.
Yes, and pahabol lang, no, from STO Makati, SDS Cardin Sevilla, Makati Science High School faculty, and their principal, Eden Saman.
And ako yahabol din, binabati ko po ang San Ricardo National High School, SDO Nueva Ecija, Catalina Salam, their principal, Bungabon National High School, SDO Bungabon Annex, Principal Celia M. Industrial, Manuel L. Quezon, Principal Edmund G. Villarreal. At binabati ko from SDO Navotas, Michelle Jimenez, Cedric Mark, Natalia, Michael Fineza, Bernard Antonio, sabay-sabay sila nag-aaral sa araw na ito.
Wow. Okay, so kung meron kayong gustong i-post, teachers, no, don't forget to use the hashtag Vincent2Day1.
Yes.
Okay? So I think we're ready to move on to our next topic, sir.
What is our next topic, Teacher Pawi?
Okay. Listen to this. Since English is not our native language, some, if not most, Filipinos struggle with English grammar. Experience mo na ba yun, sir?
Of course, Teacher Pawi, guilty tayo lahat dyan na we are not perfect. No? Minsan naglalaban sa is and are, minsan yung grammar natin umiikot-ikot, but still, ang mahalaga yung thought. No?
Yes. And ano nga ba ang topic natin for this next topic? What is it?
Kaya, sa nabanggit natin, Teacher Pawi, itong next topic natin will be very helpful for our dear teachers. Lalo ngayon, we have our technology na to assist us. And our topic is all about the wisdom behind Grammarly.
Yes, and our discussant for this topic is an English teacher from Kauntaran High School, Navotas City. She has been teaching in public school for 4 years and is now detailed as an EdTech specialist for DepEd EdTech unit. She is a national teacher broadcaster for English 5, an Itulay tutor for English 3, and a program head of the Itulay High School English Department. She is also among the nominees for the most outstanding Itulay tutor for English.
Wow, cool.
Yes. And she finished her bachelor's degree at the Philippine Normal University and had taken her master's degree units at the Polytechnic University of the Philippines as a teacher scholar from the city of Navotas. Before joining EdTech unit, she was one of the active teachers in Navotas, chosen to be a resource speaker for English language teaching and technology. She holds a certification in teaching English to speakers of other languages, or TESOL, and in Microsoft 365 Fundamentals. She is also a Microsoft Education Ambassador, Microsoft Certified Educator, Microsoft Innovative Educator, and Google Certified Educator Levels 1 and 2. Aside from that, she also writes, and one of her writings entitled Teaching Kindness was published at the Philippine Daily Inquirer. At present, she is the Vice President for Public Relations of the Pinoy Writers Toastmasters Club. Please welcome Miss Maria May and Sevilla. Okay. Are you excited for this topic, sir?
Of course, dahil ayaw niya si Ma'am May Sevilla, kasamahan ko from SDO Navotas. Muli, pinabati ko po ang ating mga kasama sa SDO Navotas. Salamat po sa pakikibahagi sa VidSet na ito.
Yes, and let's all remember that English is a universal language, tama
Yes.
ba? Kaya it is important for us to learn the basics of grammar.
And napaka-importante, lalo na ngayon. Alam niyo to, dear teachers, na we are creating learning materials such as modules, kaya dapat napakahalaga that we double-check, triple-check ang ating mga materials para talagang pagdating sa ating mga bata, tama at ayos.
Yes, and not just the grammar, no, but yung punctuations, the spelling, we have to check each and every sentence, every word that we would write. Especially for documents like na nasabi mo, sir, modules, di ba? Very important yan.
Pero ikaw, Teacher Pawi, pag-usaping pag-improve ng English language mo, ano yung mga tips na pwede nating masuggest kaya? Ano yung mga pwede nating masabi sa kanila na, ito, para madagdagan ng ating skill dyan?
Yes, the only thing that I can tell our viewers, our teachers is to read. Read to improve your vocabulary, add more words to your vocabulary. But as we learn English, we should not forget, of course, the Filipino language.
Yes, of course.
Ano nga yung sabi ni Dr. Jose Rizal?
Ang hindi magmahal sa sariling wika ay masahol pa sa hayop at malansang isda.
Yes, okay. Tandaan natin yan dahil ngayon ay buwan ng wika.
Tama.
Ba, sir?
Buwan ng wika ngayon at ngayong araw na to, sineselebrate natin din, kino-commemorate natin ang ating mga bayani na nagsakripisyo para sa bansang ito.
Yes.
At kayo mga guro, kayo din ay bayani sa munti ninyong paraan. Kasi Teacher Pawi, no, we heard some stories na meron talagang tumatawid ng ilog, may umaakyat ng bundok, meron talagang iniikot ang sambayanan, ang mga bahay-bahay despite the pandemic para lang mahanap ang ating mga bata at may balik sila sa pag-aaral. Yung teachers po ay mga simpleng bagay, act of your pagiging bayani din para sa bansang ito.
Yes, and of course, meron din ako mga nababalitaan, sir, yung mga volunteer teachers sa mga communities, like they're teaching street children.
Yes.
They're definitely heroes.
Totoo. At pinag-uusapan natin ng English grammar, no? Isa rin sa advokasya ng bawat paaralan na programa ay ang mga pagbasa.
Yes.
Reading programs, right? So talagang dapat tulungan tayo para iangat ang antas ng ating mga kabataan.
Okay. Now again, let's introduce again our speaker for today, or for this topic. Okay? To discuss the wisdom about grammar, we have, again, Miss Maria May and Sevilla.
To our wonderful hosts, the powerful Miss Pau and the friendly and gentle Sir Avengel, thank you for the generous introduction. It has always been a pleasure to be seated here and to meet administrators and teachers all over the nation. How are you, everyone? I hope that you are fine and safe. On behalf of the DepEd EdTech unit, we would like to express our gratefulness for spending your day with us. All together, we are under one endeavor. Like you, we are also working even though it is a holiday to make sure that for the incoming school year, we are not only ready, but also more equipped. By the way, because it's the National Heroes Day, we have different meanings of what a hero is. But I won't say that we are heroes because we are attending this Vincent. That's very shallow, isn't it? Remember, teachers, that we are always the heroes in the eyes of our learners. And just like those heroes of the silver screen, we need to continually enhance our skills so we can save more lives. And that is what in service training is all about. Once again, I am Miss May, and for this afternoon, I will be talking about the wisdom behind Grammarly. There you go. That's my PowerPoint. Sounds exciting, right? Again, that's my title, The Wisdom Behind Grammarly. I am excited to have an hour or so to talk about this wonderful application. But before that, have you heard of the trinity of the common mistakes in writing? In the name of the spelling, of the tenses, and of the subject verb agreement. Whoa, just telling about them made honestly, even teachers of English get discombobulated of these things. So give yourself a tap on the shoulders and say, do not worry. Even English teachers make mistakes in English. There are so many rules and exemption to the rules that one needs to master to write and speak a string of thoughts without any grammar lapses. Now, let me have a rough idea of how well your grammar is. I want to challenge you I want to challenge your grammar knowledge with the short quiz. Okay, I will now be proceeding to my slides. There you go. I will be reading the situations and the choices for each of them. I will be giving 5 seconds. Again, just 5 seconds before I reveal the answer and explain why it is the answer. Is that clear? If the answer is yes, please comment a like emoji on the comment section. Let's see who is ready to take the challenge. There you go. Let's have number one. Mr. Santos would like to use the expression I am looking forward to, but he is not sure how to finish it correctly. Which of the following sentences with the phrase I am looking forward to is correct? A, I am looking forward to receive a positive response from you. I am looking forward to having received an email coming from you. C, I'm looking forward to receiving a response from you. Or D, I'm looking forward to have seen an email as a response from you. Let's see who will be getting the correct answer. Okay, I can see on the comment section that some of you answered letter C, letter A. There are various of answers. Time's up. The answer is letter C. I'm looking forward to receiving a response from you. Like what I said, I will be explaining why this is the answer. Okay, when you have the expression looking forward to is a preposition and it must be followed by a noun or a gerund. So you can either say, I am looking forward to receiving because receiving is a gerund, a response from you. And the second expression is, I am looking forward to your response because after the preposition to is the noun phrase, your response. That's the first question, and I think you are challenged by that. Now let's have the second question. It will be getting harder as I move to one number to another. Number two, Miss Cruz said the paperwork that I have been doing sets. Again, choose two sentences to correct the grammatical mistake or mistakes in her sentence. I believe a word here in the sentence of Miss Cruz is oftenly said by most of us. A, the paperwork that I have been doing deal with crucial informations. B, the paperwork that I have been doing deals with a great deal of information. C, much of the paperwork that I have been doing deals with crucial information. Or D, the paperworks that I have been doing deals with a lot of information. 5 seconds, you will answer two letters. Your 5 seconds starts now. B and C, A and D. Let's see. Oh, my timer is not moving anymore. Three, two, one. Let me reveal the answer. Let's see who will be getting the correct answers. And it's letter B. Okay. The paperwork that I have been doing deals with a great deal of information. And much of the paperwork that I have been doing deals with crucial information. Now, let's explain why B and C are the answers. Remember, paperwork and information are uncountable nouns. Therefore, they do not take the suffixes s or es and always take the singular form of the verb. So every time you will be hearing paperworks, then that's incorrect. Don't say paperworks, but we can say literary works. Quantifiers for uncountable nouns can be added before uncountable nouns to express how much. What are the other uncountable nouns that we don't add s or es at the end? We don't say furnitures, we don't say advices, we don't say monies, we don't say powers, electricities, and luggages. Okay, so that's a nice refresher of uncountable nouns that we don't add s or es on. Okay, let's have the third number. Mrs. Padilla had a pop quiz in her synchronous class. She said, class, 12 times 7. Oh, that's math, so I'm finding hard to pronounce it. I really have a phobia with numbers. Class, 12 times 7 is equals to blank. I will give you time to think about it. Your 2 minutes start now. Now, the question, were her sentences correct? A, yes, both sentences are correct. B, no, both sentences are incorrect. C, no, only her first sentence is incorrect. D, no, only her second sentence is incorrect. Your 5 seconds starts now. 3, 2, 1. Right, let's see who will be getting the answer. Some of you answered C, some of you answered B. But if you answered letter B, then you are correct. No, both sentences are incorrect. Now, let us find out why. Why both of the sentences are incorrect. It's because when you have an arithmetic or numerical expressions, they always take the singular form. So remember, especially for math, we don't say 12 times 5, it's equals. But we will be saying is equal to. Is already your verb and equal their functions as your do. 12 times 5 equals. Okay, and the sum, which is singular, of 5 and 3 is. In the last phrase, our subject is not 5 and 3, but we're talking about the sum, which is singular. So we will be using the is. Okay, so I hope you will be taking note of that, especially for those teachers who are dealing with numbers. Let's have the second to the last item and let's see who will be keeping up. Okay, Mr. Lamangan is giving an update to the parents of his students. In one of his messages, he said, "Student A is one of those students who participates actively in the class. One of the teachers say that he might have an award at the end of the school year if he continues his performance. Are the underlined verbs correct?" Again, are the underlined verbs correct? A, yes, both are correct. B, no, no, only the first verb participates is incorrect. No, only the second verb say is incorrect. Now it's quite tricky, I know, one of those and one of the. Let's see who will be getting the correct answer. Okay, let's see. Some of you said B, no, both are incorrect. Some of you said it's letter C, only the first verb is incorrect. Let's find out and let's see the explanation. I haven't yet given the time. Five, five, four, three, two, one, zero. Time's up. And the explanation is like this. Now listen careful, teachers, because even English teachers are confused with these expressions. Okay, let us have first the expression one of those students. Student A is one of those students. Now, our subject there is not student A anymore, but we're talking about students. That's where student A belongs. So again, our subject for the first sentence is students, which is a plural noun. So a plural noun will be getting a plural verb. So it should not be participates, it should be participate. Now, in the second sentence, we have one of the teachers. We're not talking about the teachers there, but we're singling out. We're singling out one teachers among the group. So if our subject is one, it's singular, therefore it will be taking a singular verb. So one of the teachers says, not say. I hope that is clear. You have to really find out who is our subject, whether the subject belongs to a group, then the group is the subject, or are we singling out the subject to a group? If that is the case, the subject is singular, all right? Now, let's see if you will be getting the last item correctly. Ready, teachers? If you are still ready, can you comment a like sign again? I will be waiting. Again, if you are still ready, can you comment a like sign again? Yes, let's go back. One is inquiring. Yes, it's letter B. Okay, if you're still ready, let's have the last question. And the last question is, as a solution to students with no internet connection, schools have allotted a budget to print their modules. Which of the following will correct the sentence? So that means the first sentence is incorrect. A, you have to choose which among the choices is the correct sentence. A, as a solution to students with no internet connection, a budget was allotted to print modules for students. B, as a solution to students with no internet connection, teachers made sure that students would have modules. Letter C, as a solution to students with no internet connection, modules were printed out and given to the students. Or D, no error. Okay, I believe the last sentence is the trickiest question out of the five that I gave you. Can you find out, teachers, what is the correct answer for number five? Let's see. Let me check the comment section. And most of you answered letter C, but some of you also answered letter A. Now, if you answered letter C, that is correct. Okay, I think I haven't shown the timer, but thank you so much for giving your answers to me on the comment section. Right? Again, the correct answer is letter C. Now, let us find out. In our sentence here, we started with the phrase as a solution to students with no internet connection, right? So we should have a noun that should be correctly modified by the phrase that starts our sentence. Since we're talking about the solution, it should not be the teachers, it should not be the budget, it should not be the school, but the solution is the modules. The solution is the modules. Not the solution are the modules, but the solution is the modules. So letter C is the correct answer. Remember, when starting a sentence with the phrase, make sure that it is followed by the correct noun it modifies. Okay, let me see how well you fare, teachers. Can I know how well you fare? How many scores did you get? All right. Some of you got four, some of you got three, but it is okay, teachers. Having mistakes is fine. Remember, errors are there for us to learn. As I explained to you the wisdom behind the correct answers, we get to appreciate the presence of a grammar coach that will point to us our mistakes when they happen, right? That is why it is nice to have an English major for a friend, isn't it? But kidding aside, what would you feel if I tell you that you can have a grammar coach at your fingertips? Teachers, ladies and gentlemen, let me proceed to my topic, the wisdom behind Grammarly. Well, Teacher Mary, what is Grammarly? Here on the screen, you can see that Grammarly is a tool to improve grammar, spelling, style, and tone. It is immersive. Teacher, what do you mean by immersive? That means Grammarly can be used in different applications. If you install it, there you go, you can use it right away. And you can use it in some of the applications such as Gmail, Google Docs, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And aside from these applications, you can also use Grammarly in other applications too, which we use every day. So we have a grammar coach that we can rely with as we want to make our sentences, our statements, grammar mistake free. Are you ready to know this application to present it to you? Okay, so if you would type grammarly.com in your desktop, you will first know how to use this application in the desktop or laptop version. Because if we will start only with our tablets, or our mobile phones, we can't really have a comprehensive experience of how this application works. Okay, so type in the address bar grammarly.com, and this is where, or this is the website where you will be landing in. Okay, so add to Chrome because this will be an extension in the Chrome. So just click on that. It's free, by the way. Then after that, you will be directed to the Chrome Web Store. In the On the right side of the screen, you have the option there, Add to Chrome. Just press that. And as you press that, your computer will automatically add that to your desktop or to your device. But it will be checking the system requirements if Grammarly meets the requirements based on the gadgets that you're using. Okay. After it checks, there will be a prompt here that will appear on your screen. Add extension or cancel. Definitely we have to add Grammarly. So just click add extension. Like that there. The tab or the square that was checking a while ago is now removed from Chrome. Now, if it changed from checking to remove from Chrome, that means it's now added in your device. You can use Grammarly now, but definitely there are further steps to make sure that we have an account in Grammarly, the Grammarly account in our devices. Again, we are using the laptop or the desktop version so we can freely navigate a comprehensive experience of the application. Okay, so to either you are required to sign up. You can put your email here in the email field and then click agree and sign up. If you are a new user, that will be your next step. Put your email, a working email. It can be your personal email or the email given to you by DepEd, the at deped.gov.ph. So you have your choice. It's your discretion what Gmail account will you be using for your Grammarly account. Should you use your personal account or your Gmail account? Teacher, you have to make the decision. So after putting your email in the email field, hit agree and sign up. What if I have already? Or you can also choose. If you don't want to, if you forgot, or if you're lazy to type in your Gmail or your email address, you can choose to sign up using your Facebook account, your Google account, and your Apple account. But however, if you have an account, just click on the prompt there on the upper right hand of the screen, just click I have an account, and this will be the option. Okay, so I have used there, my my DepEd email account, and then I will just because it will be like a login in. Okay, I will just log in and then type in my password and hit agree and sign up. Okay, so whatever you choose, whether a new account or you will just be logging in, you have to input your email address and then your password. So you can go to the application right away. After that, there you go. Click continue. And there you are directed to the Grammarly website. Okay, so we have here download the Grammarly add-in now. And it's not just in Google Docs. So they also make updates on the application so it will be more immersive, more helpful for teachers like us. So Grammarly add-in now, it will be downloaded to our desktop and Microsoft Word, Microsoft Office. That's nice, right? Because when we type, we can either choose to type documents in Google Docs and Microsoft Word. And using this update from Grammarly, we can have a grammar coach while working in our Microsoft Word document. That's nice, right? So let's see how does that work. How does work? How does that work? Okay, so if you click on that, if you click on download the Grammarly add-in now, this will be the page. Okay, this will be the page that you will be seeing. Get the add-in. Reminded that it's a free, no hidden charge, unless you want to get the Grammarly premium account or the Grammarly business account. But you will be starting with the basic account, which is the free account. Okay, so just click get the add-in. After you click on that, your computer will automatically or will download the application. So just after you see the application being downloaded in your device, click save. Okay, so it will be stored now in your computer. Okay, I can see my mouse. Okay, so you can see here that it is being downloaded in your desktop or in your laptop, in your device. After that, there will be a prompt saying get started. Click on that. Then after that, you can choose where you want to use your Grammarly. Would you want it to be used in your Word, or would you want it to be used also in your Outlook account? For me, I chose both because I am using both of my accounts. But you have your freedom here to choose what would you like to use your Grammarly account with. What would you like to use it in the Word application or in the Outlook? But if you want to use both applications, or if you want to use Grammarly in both applications, that's okay. Just have to tick the boxes before the icons for Word and Outlook, then click install. Okay, so you will now be installing the application based on your preferences. Okay, so you can see that it's loading now. Then after that, example, if you have installed Grammarly, but you have open documents, or your Outlook account is open, you have to close that because the application needs to load the application needs to load before it can successfully be added as an extension in your Microsoft Word application and Microsoft Outlook application. So if there's no Word or Outlook account that is open, you can just click OK, right? After that, after you hit OK, there. Congratulations, you've installed Grammarly. And then you can just click finish. It's easy, right? It's easy to install Grammarly. Let's see now how Grammarly works in our document or in a Microsoft document account. So you see here after I install Grammarly in my device and after I close all my documents and restart my computer or just close everything and then open Microsoft Word again, you can see in the ribbon that's in the right side of the screen that you have already the application Grammarly. Okay, it's on the right most side of the screen. Now, let me present to you how does that work. I will be sharing a screen with you, and it's the screen of my Microsoft document. Okay, for a while. Okay, so you can see my screen now. So I will be choosing a blank document. I will click on that. There you go. Okay, again, you can see the Grammarly account here in the rightmost side of your screen. I will click on that, and your screen will be divided into two. Maybe I will. Yes, there you go. I think it's the internet connection that loads the screen. So you see here, your screen is divided into two. The on the left screen will be your document field, and on the right side of the screen will be the suggestions that Grammarly will be creating as you create your account. So let's see. Let me have this sentence. Let's make it bigger. Okay, if I have this sentence, this dog is barking loudly, you can see here that there is an update going on. And I have here suggestions made by Grammarly. I can just click on that. Okay, so first is dogs, and then the second is it's. Okay, so let's click first on the first tab, dogs. We have here the explanation. It appears that the singular demonstrative this is modifying the plural noun dogs. Consider using a plural demonstrative or a singular noun instead. So Grammarly is not just pointing out your mistake, which Microsoft Word does, right? It underlines your mistake. But what's good with Grammarly is that it gives you an explanation what the mistake is. So the mistake is not just pointed out to you, it is also explained. And in language learning, in any language, when you're learning a language, it's not just enough that you know your mistakes. It's more efficient to learn a language when you know what your mistakes are. And that is what Grammarly is doing for us. We have an explanation why dogs is incorrect in this sentence. So how to correct that, teacher May? We'll just have to click on this green highlighted word, and that will be changed in our document field, right? And so the other mistake also is corrected, automatically. My previous sentence is changed already with this dog is barking loudly. Nice, right? So we can also have here some pointers to make our knowledge of our work better. You can click clarity. You can also click correctness. We know that clarity is different from correctness. Let's see if we can test the difference between the terms of correctness. How about if I have this sentence? Uh, okay, Gary is the girl. Oh, Gary is the girl whom I talked with. So if you could see, there's inappropriate colloquialisms that is presented or that is evident in the sentence that I wrote. Definitely, it's obvious if you're really into grammar. It's obvious that my sentence is incorrect. But everyone has a different level of language proficiency, so Grammarly is very helpful to really point out the mistake. What are the grammar lapses? What are the language improvement that person needs to know? So for this one, the mistake is not just about subject verb agreement. It has to deal with noun usage, which for Grammarly is a higher level of error. So it's not included in the free version, but it will be dealt with the premium, the grammar premium or the Grammarly premium account. Okay, one more example. Okay, we have here, let's close that first and open Grammarly again. Okay, because the mistake a while ago or the report given by Grammarly was for the second sentence. It has not loaded yet, or it has not processed yet. It's report for the third sentence. So a guy were standing last night. Okay, so we have two kinds of issue. one that can be dealt with, one that should be dealt with, the premium account. So let's have first the clarity. So far so good. So you can see that there's really a separate report for clarity and correctness, because for the third sentence, the clarity is good. So far so good according to Grammarly, but for the correctness, it has a different report. Amazing, right? Because you are given two kinds of report that help you to manage your language proficiency or your language knowledge. So if I would click here were, because that's the mistake the Grammarly is seeing on the sentence that you have given, if I would click on that, okay, instead of saying what were, it should be what. So I would click on the green word highlighted on the right side of the screen, and there you go. A guy was standing last night. Okay, so no basic issues, but let's click on the premium issue. I think I will be directed to another tab. Let's click on that. As you can see, I am directed to another tab explaining the difference between grammar free account, Grammarly free account, Grammarly premium account, and Grammarly business account. How we wish we would have the premium account, but that is one of the goals. That is one of the plans that we have for teachers someday. Okay, so I believe you have time to explore more by yourselves the power of Grammarly and making your documents grammar mistake free. So I would give you time to explore this document or this application in your Word account. Now let's move on and let's go to my flashing again my PowerPoint presentation. Then we will go back. So after our discussion on how Grammarly works in a Microsoft Word account, or yeah, Microsoft Word application. Sorry for that. Now let's have ah there might be, if you will be opening your Microsoft Word application for the first time, you might have this pop-up window. Continue to Grammarly, just click on that, and then you have this permission. Always allow Grammarly to open links at this type in the associated app. Just click open Grammarly, because for more comprehensive, for more intensive explanation